Good morning and welcome. My name is Sive and this is my channel, Stories in Sive. Today's video is going to be my annual Thanksgiving reading vlog where I take you along with me on my Thanksgiving break. This is the first video that I uploaded on this channel 2 years ago, so that means this is my kind of 2-year anniversary of being on booktube, which is super cool. I apologize, I'm feeling a little under the weather, so my voice is not doing the best. I am currently reading Cytonic by Brandon Sanderson. This is the third book in the Skyward series. It is a YA sci-fi series that I got into earlier this year and have slowly been working my way through. Unfortunately, I am not enjoying it at the moment. This is really kind of a slap in the face for me. I have given 5 stars to both the novels that came before and the 2 novellas that came before Cytonic. By Brandon Sanderson. So this is the first book that I've read by him that I haven't loved. The beginning was great. I really love his openings. They're always so dynamic and he sucks you into a high stakes situation immediately, at least in this series he does. You can see I'm about maybe 2/3 of the way through this book right now, maybe just barely past the 50% mark, more like actually. And the middle has just dragged for me. I don't know what it is because we're in like a really high stakes situation and the action is quite heavy. There are battles going on. I'm bored because of the setting that Spin, our main character, is in. This is a story that revolves around Spin, our main character. She's a pilot and she is a human on a compound planet called Detrius, which is basically like protected by an alien superiority that has been around for ages. Like aliens and humans have made contact like centuries ago. There begins to be a political insinuation that there might not actually be protecting them, but more like imprisoning them and controlling them. And so the ability that Spin has been awakened and it's called Cytonic. It's a mutation. It's a gene mutation that is known around Detrius, but essentially like it's macabre, it's taboo, people don't want it, like it's not something you want. The situation where she finds out she's Cytonic enables the humans to see the positives of this gene mutation. Now that we're in the 3rd book, a lot more has been discovered about the ability, how it works, and in doing so, an enemy has kind of made itself known, a historical enemy that has battled the aliens and the humans and the Cytonics ages ago, and they barely survived, and because of all of the activity that has gone on, no spoilers, but it's basically rearing its head again. And now Spin is on a quest to go to a place that she definitely should not go to try and find some answers about how to befriend or defeat this enemy. And it like is so interesting, and that's why I've loved this series so far, so I just have no idea why this book is not delivering for me right now. I do have another option with me that I'm bringing with me, of course. As you bookish friends will know, if you're going on a trip, you don't just bring one book. This is only a 4-day trip too, so like, do I expect myself to read a book and a half in 4 days while also spending time with my family? Not really. But I will introduce that book to you if I get to it. So for now, it is Thanksgiving Day and we are about to drive to my parents and get on our way up to the mountains, and I will see you up there. We are doing a little hike and we're basically going to be in a cabin reading, cooking, eating, and watching the World Cup. So if you like all those things, come along with me and I hope you enjoy the video. We are here in a tunnel and it's scary. Hi, it's actually Saturday already, and I need to give you an update on Cytonic. I feel now is as good a time as any because I am 50 pages away from the end. Can you even see my bookmark? 50 pages away from finishing this book. I'm currently just walking the property. There's a little footpath here, and I figured it would be a lovely setting to give you a little reading update. I have been having such a wonderful time, and the World Cup is on, like I mentioned, and my phone has primarily been used for watching the World Cup. So I don't have a whole lot of footage for you. Obviously, it's already Saturday. I've been up here for a whole day and a half and have not given you a reading update, but I have done some reading. I've read a little over 100 pages, and ultimately, let me give you some thoughts. So we are still in the setting that I'm not loving, but the book has gotten better, and I do feel that we are on the up as far as tone and pace, and I just felt that it was really dragging in the middle, and now that we're getting towards the end of the book, the pace is definitely picking back up, and that's exactly what I needed. Ultimately, this is still reading like a 3-star read for me, and that is a bummer. But Spenza has been in this dimension in which there are basically your identity and your memories, the longer that you're in the dimension, begin to fade away. And she feels that she is under a time pressure because of that. And also that back in her dimension, where all of her friends and family are fighting a war, that war is starting to speed up. So she also is feeling time pressure from that. But the dimension that she's in warps time. Time seems to move fast and then slow, and she really has very little concept of how long she's actually been in here. And there's a purposeful ambiguity in that, I know that, but it just makes the threat feel kind of far away, because Spenza feels that the threat is far away. She's also going through a little bit of an identity, like a character growth moment, where she's debating what it would look like if she were to actually stay in this dimension and not return to her dimension, where there is the planet of Detrius and her friends, Jorgen, and her commander Cobb, and everyone who's fighting the war against the superiority. And she feels that she has kind of already done a lot. She doesn't know what else they can expect of her. We're continuing to follow her on her journey to uncover more truth about what the Delvers are, which is the enemy that I mentioned, I think earlier, when I introduced the book to you. There is an enemy, the Delvers, that are coming to destroy the Cytonics because of the noise they create. So there's an ambiguity. There's definitely like so much unknown, but usually that makes me more interested. But for some reason, this book has just not been it for me, and I'm definitely going to finish it because there's no way I can't continue in the series. But I just feel that this is so weak for a third book. Yeah, unfortunately, that's all I have for you. Not super great reports, but I'm enjoying my weekend a lot. We are having a very chill time. We're watching football and we're watching soccer, and we're cooking food and going on walks, and it's just been ultimately very chill. So I will probably be showing you some more B-roll. Okay, bye! Sunday morning, and that means we are driving back from the cabin today, and I wanted to give you a little reading update. I did in fact finish Cytonic this weekend, and I am so pleased about that. Oh my gosh, it's starting to rain. It has been so dreary this morning. You could hear the rain coming down on the tin roof of the cabin, and it was just such a beautiful sound. It was very peaceful. This whole weekend has just been so cozy and lovely for me. I'm gonna stand under the protection of the rhododendron and give you my reading update. All right, so Cytonic. I ended up not loving it. as I was saying pretty much this whole time, this book has just not been it for me, and the conclusion of it was definitely stronger than the middle of the book. The middle of the book was just really poorly paced, very much slowed down, and though there were a lot of action scenes, I just didn't find myself being invested in a lot of the setting and the character development and the new cast of characters that Spenza was interacting with. So the ending was stronger. It's just like not even comparative to, in my opinion, the first two novels and those novellas that I've read. I still have one more novella to read now that I finished the third book, but Sunreach and Redon were also 5 stars. Like, they're so good, and I just don't know what happened with Cytonic. So I enjoyed the direction that the ending went as far as the truths that were revealed, but it is getting a little existential, your soul moving throughout dimensions, talking about feelings and sentience, I think that's the word, and artificial intelligence. All of those have been themes throughout the book, but I'm a little wary of where it's going in that arena, but like all of the character development that Spin went through, I'm excited now that she is back in a setting that we're more familiar with. Hopefully she will stay there for the 4th book and it will be a lot stronger than this one. Now, I did go ahead and start my next read. I went ahead and just started The Murder Rule by Dervla McTiernan. That is a crime thriller book, and I am really enjoying it so far. I've just flew through the first 60 pages, and it was just an interesting and very stark contrast to how I was reading Cytonic, which is like trudging through 20 pages and then counting 20 more and being like, okay, I'll stop in 20 more pages. But like, I haven't been doing that with this book. I've just been reading The Murder Rule and like flying through it. It makes me more confident in my experience with Cytonic and that it is a 3-star read. I was debating giving it a 2-star, but I figured that would be a little unfair because I have given worse books than that one 3 stars as well. So I used other past experiences as a level, as a guideline, and I ended up giving it 3 stars. We are here at the cabin for the next couple of hours and just cleaning up, doing some breakfast. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning. Happy to be heading home, but ultimately I have just had such a good time. I'm kind of sad it's coming to a close. I didn't give you as many reading updates as I would have liked to on this video so far, so I'm going to bring you home with me, and if I do some reading this evening, I will give you one final reading update and wrap up this vlog. Hi, we're at a coffee shop and the boys are being loud because they're watching football. This is my mom, and we both got coffees from Bucks. So what did you get? What was your coffee order?
I got a triple shot cappuccino.
Triple shot. Wow, that is delicious. I got a lavender latte with oat milk. Anyways, let's see what the table got. Cheers. Tell the vlog what coffee you got from Bucks.
I got a dark roast, always the best.
Is it black? You got sugar or coffee or creamer or anything?
I got honey in it and oat milk.
Lovely.
It is awesome. It's the way to go.
Gramps, tell me what type of coffee you got.
I thought of coffee. Americano.
Americano. Delicious. You got any cream or sugar in there? Nothing, just black?
Just black.
Delicious.
Black.
Hi, I'm back home. I haven't been able to read any more of The Murder Rule, but I did want to go ahead and just wrap up this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm really enjoying The Murder Rule. I've definitely given you all of my thoughts for Cytonic, so this is what I was able to get to this past weekend over Thanksgiving. So thank you so much for joining me for the video, and thank you for watching my 2nd anniversary video. It's crazy that I've been on booktube for 2 years. I really can't believe that, and it's pretty exciting, and I'm excited to keep making videos. If you like content like this, feel free to subscribe. I would love to have you. And other than that, have a great rest of your day. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.